Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. Drive discovery. Maximize festive sales in partnership with Storyboard.
Hello and welcome to Facebook and CNBC-TV18 Storyboard presents Drive Discovery and Maximize Festive Sales, a festive season special series on CNBC-TV18. The world has suddenly seen a big shift in consumer behavior towards discovering products on social media, especially after the pandemic. Businesses have bounced back, trying to tap the right consumer, which is now overwhelmingly cluttered. Amidst this clutter, Facebook is helping businesses personalize their ads, market their product, make the sales, and grow. And to understand this, we are joined in by Arun Srinivas, Director, Global Business Group, Facebook India, and Shashi Sinha, CEO, IPG Media Brands. Arun, let's start this discussion with you. Can you tell us about the action you have seen across brands during this festive season?
Yeah, hi Shivani. So I think, see, in the past, shopping was clearly, a task. You would plan for it. You would possibly go out for it, search for it, buy it, etc. Things are very different now. I think, especially accelerated post the pandemic, consumers almost seem to be in an always shopping mode. So they view online shopping as, something which they could discover every day, while they actually go about doing, the rest of their chores. And I think social media and Facebook basically, bring in, I'd say, two pivots to this whole party. The first one is the primary engine of discovery in this virtual world. What I mean by that is most businesses have leveraged Facebook to really be discovered amongst the, zillions of terabytes that consumers are consuming, on a daily basis. And the discovery tools within Facebook really enable consumers to see, I think, products and categories of their interest, which is really around personalization. And this allows them to then, I guess, go down the funnel. And we've seen, very large businesses actually work and partner with us to drive discovery and have unlocked, this whole engine of discovery and personalization during this festive period. For the Prime Day sales, for example, Amazon drove discovery of deals by partnering with many influencers, and they drove more than 25% of the audience to Facebook, from Facebook Live to their favorite deals, using artificial intelligence tools integrated in partnership with the Facebook partners. Equally, for the end of reason sale, which is the EORS campaign, as Myntra calls it, they ran a brand campaign on Facebook, and they saw huge movements, about 2.6 percentage points on awareness and 3 percentage points movement on purchase using our tools. So I think, whichever way you look at it, clearly, we've seen brands, being discovered on our platform, and retailers work in partnership with us during this festive season.
Shashi, share with us, have you seen an increased action from advertisers this year, especially around the festival season?
A lot has happened in the last 1 month. We spoke, that time the festival was just about to start. We went shy then, as I use the word cautious optimism. But now you're seeing it, I think consumers are back, as Arun called out, whether online or offline, there is a big upswing which we are seeing. In fact, the issue is of supply on the supply side rather than the demand side. I think demand is back in action. And advertisers naturally are cashing in. So there's advertising. You have seen on the big ticket properties like IPL and elsewhere, there's a huge amount of clutter. So I think there is a fair degree of positive sentiment. And the advantage is this will last long. My sense is this will go on. Normally, festive shopping crashes after after Diwali. But this time, because it's come after a long time, of all the uncertainty in the last 5-6 months. So I think it will stay longer. And the only thing which Arun called out, and I also tend to agree with that, is while there's a heavy clutter of advertising, therefore the emphasis will not only be on discovery but also on personalization because the clutter. So personalization makes a big difference, and that is where digital and Facebook and the family of apps of Facebook help a lot.
Arun, how did Facebook enable businesses during this festive season? And also tell us about your partnering with the agency ecosystem in helping businesses maximize their festive sales.
Yeah, I spoke about online businesses earlier. Let me also talk about conventional, offline businesses. As you know, watches and jewelry, again, are categories that are hugely consumed during the festive period. And what we've seen is traditional businesses like Titan, have actually embraced, again, new age tools. We have a tool called Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, BOPIS, where they've actually engaged with potential consumers leveraging our platforms, where they have shown them new products and consumers discover these products amidst the clutter, and then, in fact, fulfill the transaction, and actually have to visit the store only to literally pick up the goods. So in some sense, again, you see also traditional businesses leaning in. So I think how Facebook works with agencies, to really deliver these objectives is, firstly, we're a very large reach medium today. We're almost the census of India's internet. We have more than 400 million Indians on Facebook, a lot of whom log in every day and spend a lot of time every day. So we play a very pivotal role in discovery of products and brands, and help businesses obviously target, I would say, these users with their messages. The second one is, I think, apart from just plain posts from the business, we also bring in other tools like influencers, because Facebook and Instagram actually are also platforms where I think businesses, consumers, and equally, I'd say influencers or celebrities really form the third axis. The third is of course video, so short form video, and online video, and of course new age tools like AR and VR actually help again in amplifying the message. For example, virtual tryouts on clothing, etc., can really help consumers make their decision on purchase. So we think so these are let's say some of the common tools, and more than just awareness and consideration, Facebook and its family of apps also are an effective tool for conversion. So what we do is we work with a lot of born digital first D2C businesses, along with collaboration with the agencies. And we see that, these businesses actually are actually connecting with the consumer through either new products, or relevant products in this festive season. And we have programs, apart from, I'd say, working with them, with clients through the year. We have programs like FB Select, where we actually help in bringing up digital skills across the media agency rising stars, in terms of both skilling them across client strategy and planning roles. Today, digital is also evolving, right? So the same post or the same ad will not work, as seamlessly on feed, and on reels. So you will have to really, I'd say, design content for each surface. And thereby we work with creative agencies to really help us do that.
Shashi, tell us about some of the marquee campaigns from the advertisers whom you partner with, and share some of the details about how these advertisers are partnering with Facebook.
So I think the biggest example, the standard examples, which the clients who come on to digital, especially the Facebook family of apps, is Amazon. Amazon has their festival, which has gone off very well this time. There is also Coke, which is very much into sports, and World Cup is happening. Coke is partnering with Facebook because Facebook has a content partnership with ICC World Cup, so Coke is partnering there. Our teams are doing that whole thing with Facebook is hyperlocal, so we're ensuring, as Arun said, that the process, the part to purchase, the discovery happens on Facebook and other digital media, and then even through hyperlocal tools, we ensure that the customer goes to, he finds out what is available, he looks at the bouquet, and then he goes to and he's reached out by the local store, wherever the local store is. So it's a great tool which we built in partnership with Facebook. It's really run wonders for the jewelry brand at this point in time. But I think the big thing for me, or the big discovery for me this year, is personalization. So all the effort we are doing around personalization is really paying off, and that I think is the big difference which will stay with me at the end of the season.
Shashi, do share with us any new trends that you have seen or leveraged around this festive season, and any interesting examples that you want to share.
So I spoke about personalization. I think personalization is a very big thing. But having said that, that comes with the turf. I think video is extremely. It's an obvious thing to say, but video has caught on in Facebook. Having said that, I think one of the most under-leveraged properties, you may say so, which we are discovering is very good, is Instagram Reels. And Instagram per se, we are finding on e-commerce very, very useful. And IG Reels is done extremely well. But I would put a larger layer of discovery of personalization, which we are seeing through our e-commerce experiments. I think that's going to be really a door opener in the short run, and a giant killer in the long run. That's the big thing.
So clearly, social media has become the most essential link in the path to purchase in this virtual world, and businesses have been leveraging this extensively through Facebook to drive discovery of the products and sales during this festive season. With that, we come to an end of this segment. Let's take a very short break.
Drive discovery. Maximize festive sales in partnership with Storyboard.
Welcome back to Facebook, and CNBC TV18 Storyboard presents Drive Discovery and Maximize Festive Sales, a festive season special series on CNBC TV18. Hope each one of you is having a wonderful festive season. Let's move forward and invite our next set of speakers. We have with us Archana Vora, Director Small and Medium Businesses, Facebook India, and Prasad Shezare, Co-founder and CEO, Logic Serve Digital. Welcome, Archana and Prasad. So, Archana, let's begin this conversation with you. How are you exactly partnering with the emerging agency ecosystem during this entire festive season to help advertisers drive growth?
I think there are two key landscape changes that are happening. And I think the two key landscape changes are really that there is a surge of customers actually coming online and a surge of businesses that are coming online. And therefore, what we're noticing now is nearly 52% of the SMBs that are operational on the platform. And when I say platform, I mean Facebook platform. Nearly 25% of them are getting their sales pretty much digitally, right? We also know by virtue of research that we did with Deloitte that tells us that customers or advertisers believe that personalized ads are extremely, extremely helpful for them. And over 80% of them also believe that it helps them reach out to a larger set of customers, which, as you can understand, is key during the Diwali season. But what it also helps them do is address their cost of advertising, which means reduce their cost of advertising. Now, if I put these two stories together, what becomes very, very clear is not just customers and not just Facebook and not just agencies, but each one of these people have to come together to make sure that we continue to use Facebook solutions in order to drive greater efficiency and greater ways of businesses to be successful. As soon as I say that, I think agency ecosystem becomes a very, very critical part of it because agencies are really the partners that help drive solutioning at scale. We also run a program called Agency Accelerator, and we run it in India. And what it really does is it helps bring the agency ecosystem together, talk to them about, hey, what are the most relevant trends right now? How do you kind of promote a privacy first mindset or privacy first solutioning? And that's where we work very closely. So just to reiterate, I think agencies are our co-partners. I don't think we can ever make the bridge to the customer by just accessing or outreaching to them directly. I think agencies are great partners in making that very, very relevant for the ecosystem.
Over to you, Prasad. Now, how are advertisers essentially partnering with Facebook to maximize their festive season sales?
As I always say, before marketeers, we are consumers. Okay, just if you go back, what has happened in last 18 to 20 months, wherein the way we learn, the way we work, the way we communicate, the way we consume information, and the way we shop, everything has changed. And digital has become a very important touch point. And if you put that and consumer together, and that is where we really want to see the important sort of festive season trends that I see. Okay, one, improved customer sentiments resulting in I would say improved spending sentiments, digital centric approach for consumers as well as brands. Okay, so you keep hearing about direct to consumer initiatives which brands are taking. One more thing that I see is that increased digital influence on consumer journeys. The consumer journeys are changing a lot. Video formats are happening a lot. Those are getting preferred, and a lot of tech innovations providing experience to consumer. If you put all that together, clearly the habits of the consumers have changed a lot. And that is exactly where we can harness these trends that Facebook provides. Like Facebook offers scale. It offers efficiency in media spends. It offers those creative solution suites. It offers measurement capabilities. Okay, and it's a great targeting options. It offers a lot of great targeting options for those personalized creatives, which also Archana a bit mentioned about, right? So for our clients, talking about our clients, Facebook is a key enabler for growth, and hence we strongly recommend Facebook to our 150 plus clients. So to sum it up, the whole trends that we are seeing, the way consumer has changed, the way brands have changed, and the capabilities of Facebook, if you put all that together, it's an awesome digital time that all of us are going through now.
Prasad, do you see advertisers tapping into these trends? And I would love to hear some examples from your end.
Definitely, yes. And I mean, it has happened with me, it has happened with you, all of us. Like, there is a huge shift towards videos, messaging, and vernacular. Okay, and there are a few examples which come to my mind. One of the brands that we work with, Chinks, what we did is that we suggested customizing the video ad communication and providing those special discounts and offers during the festive season. This encouraged customers to visit the website at least once. Then with the help of dynamic remarketing campaigns, we got the customers to revisit and encourage them to make that purchase and avail those offers. Also, video ads on feed are used to promote, I would say, to share the celebratory messages by a lot of BFSI clients. And one brand comes to my mind is HDFC Life. They did it with us to drive brand salience during the crucial festive season. For another travel brand, a big one, who are looking to increase their following on Instagram, and since there is no direct option to do this, we leverage the popular Reels format, created interesting Reels content and promoted in the best performing regions. We also continued with the regular content on their social platforms, and overall efforts really helped them with more than 100,000 increase in their followers in last 7 days. Yeah, so yes, messaging, video, vernacular is something which is really happening now, and brands are using it well with the personalized and retargeting features available with Facebook.
Archana, over to you. In India, festive season really is lasts like a couple of months. It's not just like a matter of a week or 2 weeks or something like that. So, tell us how should advertisers exactly plan till the end of the year, and as our festive season continues till then.
So I think very proud to come from a land of so many festivals, right? But I think just to be specific to the question, what's very important to do is to continue with your customer acquisition campaigns, but critical to understand that as you do that, and it is still extremely critical to not kind of stop at Diwali and say ab ho gaya. I think the second bit is utilize the learnings that you've had through these acquisitions, which means retarget. And I think do retargeting because it will help you increase lifetime value of the customer, or learn the lifetime value of the customer wherever you are in your business journey. So again, very critical to do in the festive season. I think the third thing that's equally important, and we do this all the time, right? We measure. And I think Facebook gives you a plethora of tools in order to do that. And if you need support, there is the agency ecosystem to help you do that. So I think these three pieces are extremely critical. And I think also very interestingly, I think Prasad spoke of the trends. Let me just nuance that a little bit. I think let me start with video. So clearly there are about 6 million reels that get produced in India every day. Video is one of the best mediums, the most engaging mediums for you to reach out to your audiences. So I think it is very, very critical that businesses kind of look at video formats in order to make sure that they can reach out to their audiences, and they can either do that directly. Again, they can work with many agencies. Like, for example, there's an agency called White Rivers that does influencer marketing, and they also do a lot of work around video. So I think that's very important. I think the second bit is to make sure that for businesses that are coming from offline to online, or are taking their first time D2C journeys, or are building their D2C brands, there are again a host of agencies that can help them take that journey. And so to rely on them in order to make sure that happens. So for example, we have a agency called Growth Cure that does that. I think, again, important to focus on those pieces. And I think the third part is the ecosystem of scale is successful when you use the ability of the platform. And therefore, for even for the agency ecosystem and for the customers, it becomes very critical to start using, say, what we call conversion API, right? What does it help you do? It's a privacy first environment, but it helps you drive better conversion. So to utilize all of these in combination of performance marketing, which they can again do with many agencies like Adyogi, there are agencies like ED Media Labs, there's agencies like LogicServe who are right here. And I think to leverage this ecosystem to make sure that they are covering for reaching out to customers at this point of time, I think is extremely critical. Messaging continues to be a key play, right? So my request would really be make sure that you're making your money count by looking at customer acquisition at scale, equally important to measure and equally important where needed to use the agency ecosystem so you can drive efficiency, but you can also drive efficiency at scale, because that's a learning on any platform, and the support that you can get to make that happen will be critical to make your business successful.
Thank you so much, Archana, and thank you, Prasad, for sharing those examples and insights. Time for us to wrap this discussion and this series. It has been a great learning, and we have learned how advertisers can break the clutter, get discovered, and maximize their sales during this festive season. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Drive discovery. Maximize festive sales in partnership with Storyboard. Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.